Legislation to govern critical sectors, JEEP moves into higher gear, and more on-the-job training for university graduates. Key focus areas for the government in the 2014-2015 financial year, going for growth while creating opportunities for Jamaicans.
Today, the state of our economy is stronger than it was 1 year ago.
Fresh off the heels of a 1.8% growth in the economy during the October to December quarter of 2013, government is implementing a raft of measures in the 2014-2015 financial year to further spur economic growth. For the agricultural sector, the AgroParks project is being ramped up as farmers and the wider society continue to ensure food security. The tourism industry will also deepen its link with other sectors as tourism interests work to increase the number of visitors to the island. For the mining industry,
major plans are underway to reduce the dependence on oil at the Jamalco and Yorton alumina refineries with the use of alternative sources of energy.
Work will also continue on the baseload project to increase the amount of energy being supplied to the national grid. And since information and communications technology is also important to the economy, there will be more opportunities for persons to get involved in the sector.
In the area of road infrastructure, the Linstead to Moneague leg of the North-South Highway will be open to commuters in time for independence.
Work on the other two sections, Ferry to Linstead and Moneague to Ocherias, is proceeding according to plan. The security of citizens is equally important in the financial year. Through the Unite for Change campaign, both the security forces and citizens will continue the fight against crime.
Sport has been an underlying force in our country and is one area that gives us global visibility, glory, and competitive advantage.
And so, to keep the legacy intact, the sporting facilities of 23 high schools across the island will be upgraded and the athletes' insurance plan will be launched.
And to also provide them with the kind of screening that will be required to ensure that we don't have some of the accidents that normally take place.
As the government seeks to create opportunities for Jamaicans in a bid to grow the economy, policies are being fine-tuned to meet housing needs. The National Housing Trust is expected to spend some $22 billion on over 2,000 housing solutions. The Jamaica Emergency Employment Program, JEEP, will also contribute to the upliftment of citizens through development projects.
We'll be beginning the redevelopment of the National Heroes Park, which was mentioned there. Again, it will be public-private sector cooperation.
Meanwhile, under the PET recycling project, which was launched in February of this year, 35% of plastic bottles will be reclaimed.
This is another positive outcome of JEEP and will contribute $50 million supported by the private sector with $23 million annually. At least 300 jobs will be created.
On the social protection side of things, $4 billion will be spent to protect vulnerable groups. Healthy lifestyle practices will also be promoted as the government continues to upgrade health facilities.
The establishment of a children's and adolescent hospital in Montego Bay is progressing.
The government will also be placing special emphasis on young people during this financial year. The Graduate Work Employment Program being facilitated by the National Youth Service will provide more internship programs for university graduates.
Because logistics is coming, we've been having seminars with the Caribbean Maritime Institute to sensitize young people on careers in logistics and then going into training components to facilitate those young people who would like to go into those areas.
Among other things, 70 basic schools will be converted to infant schools and 90 reading coaches will be deployed to primary level institutions. Climate change is also important, so government will implement measures geared at protecting the natural environment. Projects are also underway to improve the delivery of potable water.
One such is the rehabilitation of 26 well sources, pumping stations, and reservoirs at a cost of $1.7 billion. Some 750,000 persons will benefit.
In terms of foreign policy, through overseas missions, Jamaica will continue to target business opportunities and investments. And through the diaspora policy, the role and contribution of the diaspora will be formalized.
It has been an inclusive process. We have had a positive feedback. We circulated the draft to the various stakeholders across the UK, the US, Canada, and they have sent back their comments in writing. Those comments have been incorporated in the document.
On the legal side of things, 6 critical pieces of legislation are expected to be passed. The government, with Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller at the helm, creating opportunities for Jamaica to grow and develop.